What would you guys say was the biggest issue in the fourth quarter in terms of mounting that comeback, completing it?
Um, I mean, we couldn't rebound. The rebounding was tough, and then when you're trying to run your offense off of set plays every time, and they're getting to set their defense. I mean, they're one of the best defensive teams in the league, so they're really tough to score on. So when they get momentum, they're getting putbacks, they're getting and 1s, offensive rebounds. It's easier to guard us.
What was the struggle often with the rebounding?
Brianna Jones, Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, even Carrington are some of the best rebounders in the league.
And then Angel, you talked pregame about wanting to put together a complete game. We saw you come out 10 points in the first half. What was the difference maker for you in the second?
I took 3 shots and I missed 3 shots.
What contributed to that limitation in terms of the shot attempts and just missing?
Next question.
Angel, you spoke pregame just about your excitement to play against Brianna and Alyssa Thomas. How tough was that matchup? We obviously saw the ejection, but just what was that matchup like overall?
Yeah, it's still the same feeling. I mean, two respected players, obviously. It's no hard feeling to AT. Obviously, I know she purposely probably didn't do it towards me, but just being able to come out there and just be strong and stand on 2 feet. I mean, it was going to be a tough game, and that's what I'm built for. And my teammates had my back throughout the whole game, so I was prepared for it.
As someone who cares as much about rebounding as you do, when you watch, like Marina was saying, kind of 3, 4 of the best rebounders in the league, what did you learn from that? Like, what do you feel like you took away from that matchup? I know it's soon.
I mean, yeah, they had a tough bigs inside. Obviously, going in and crashing in, focusing on just the box out first, and then just trying to go get it. I think a lot of times that we didn't box out, we just went to try to go get it, and they got it over our heads, or a lot of the guards would got it too. So I just think it wasn't a team effort tonight how we usually rebound, and I think that's something we're gonna go back to the drawing board and work on. Thank you.
So second row.
Angel, what do you just have to say about Marina's offensive leadership? It seems like she's just found her groove here in these last 3 games, and it seems like she's also helping you be a catalyst as well.
Yeah, consistency. She's always consistent. She comes out and makes shots early on for us, and then late game, she's always does that. She makes a lot of clutch shots that I'm like, oh, okay, period. So I'm just grinding to go get the rebound sometimes. But yeah, we run a lot of our offers through Marina, and knowing that that's our go-to. Sadly, that last call that they called an offensive foul. They called an offensive foul on me trying to get her open. Wish it didn't go that way because I was trying to get my shooter open. But we do whatever it takes to get Marina open because we know she's a great shooter.
Marina, what do you just have to say to that high praise from, the rookie?
I mean, I'm trying to be the best leader that I can for these players that just came in and new players that we have. And I mean, I appreciate it. Like, I work hard to be a leader, and my teammates accept it, and they're trying their best to get me open. So I appreciate that, and I want to come through as much as I possibly can for them.
Angel, I was just wondering, obviously, you've had a lot of tall orders for the first few games in the W thus far, from Jonquel Jones and Stewie to now AT and DeWanna. And I was wondering, you've talked so highly about what it means for you to study film and watch film when you're not on the court. Has that changed for you at any level, especially with the players that you're playing against, whether that be in college to now?
No. Honestly, just being able to go in every day and knowing that in college you kind of could take some plays off. In the league, you can't take a play off. There's no player in this league where you can just think that you can sag off, or you can just take a play off and be lazy. So that was kind of my big adjustment, just being able to go in every day, knowing like I'm guarding tough 4s and tough 5s every single given night, and I can't take any plays off. But I have a coaching staff and teammates that really trusted me to do these matchups for me, and I appreciate them for like putting that confidence in me as a rookie.
Hey, Marina, we've spoken a lot about the defenses that you've been seeing increasingly over the last 2 seasons. I was curious, just as far as your process and like your composure, how have you felt about like assessing yourself in those scenarios this season so far?
I don't think I did as good of a job today as I could have, but I'm just taking what the defense gives me. Like, they're gonna come out, they're gonna try to get the ball out of my hands. So if I can drag them out and make plays for my teammates, get them open, get them downhill to closeouts, that's kind of the next step. And just being in control and not getting sped up is the most important.
And then for Angel, real quick, we talked about earlier in the preseason, you wanted to tap into more your the skills you talked about you had in high school, playing a wing a little bit more. Seems like you're being featured a little bit like that on the offensive side. Now, how you feel that's translated so far this season?
Yeah, my coach gives me confidence. Just being able to come up top sometimes and just being able to rip and draw fouls. I think I do a great job drawing fouls a lot, and then also just when they're not standing there, just taking the jump shot, which I did tonight. So just being able to consistently do that and continue to work on my game and just do things to help the team.
Angel, you said obviously no hard feelings with Alyssa with what happened. Do you feel like there's any kind of message sending it just being a rookie? They want to send a message to you in the paint a little bit?
It's not just because I'm a rookie. I'm a player. I'm a basketball player. They don't give a damn if I'm a rookie. I mean, I want them to come at me every day. I want them to come at everybody. I mean, they're not supposed to be nice to me. I hope y'all know that. They're not supposed to be nice to me or lay down because I'm Angel Reese or because I'm a rookie. Like, thank you, AT, for sending a message to me because I got back up and I kept going and kept pushing. Like, me and AT have been cool since we were at Maryland. So I know it's not no hard feelings. And I appreciate her for going at me every day or today.
Angel, how did it feel to have the crowd have your back like that, though, after you went down hard a couple of times in most of the third quarter?
Yeah, Chicago's done a great job welcoming me, welcoming my teammates. I love it here, and I just appreciate them for coming out. I know we're filling seats, and the seats are going to continue to fill. I mean, so many people came out to support us and support women's basketball tonight, and I'm just proud where we are, and we're going to just continue to rise.
Carly, then Chris and
Marina, just got one more for you. You were obviously here last year and you saw just the difference in energy and crowd and what these fans brought. What do you just see out of what the fans can do in just this home opener and what you want to see them do moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, they're amazing. They're loud. They're on our side. They're excited, and it brings energy for us. Like, it helps us win games. And just being here from 2019 and seeing the growth now, like, I'm appreciative of every person that's bringing more fans, more everything to this game. Like, women deserve for people to watch them, and we work really hard. So I hope that our fans keep coming back. Like, it was a tough loss, but we're going to keep getting better, and we're going to bring that energy that they bring. And it was just a really big moment, like when we all got called out and stuff, and it was really, really loud because like last year it wasn't even like that. So just the growth was like, I'm grateful to be here for this moment.
Angel, Marina, for both of you, when you guys went up 10 in the first half, what led to that? What contributed to that? Kind of get onto that run there?
Yeah, I think we were executing. We executed our offense. We boxed out and rebounded and took care of our matchups. I think we got away from that a little bit, got a little bit comfortable, and that's something that we can't really do. But I think we'll go back and learn from that and watch those first few minutes, but also watch those last 5 to 10 minutes.
Thank you, players.
Thank you.
All right, see you.
Ours, aren't they?
I'll start with Julia.
Teaspoon, you talked pre-game just about learning experiences and the necessity to learn. What do you want Angel to kind of take away from that last error on the offensive foul?
It's a lot of things. I'm not just focused on that. It's a lot of things that happened that didn't win or lose the game for us. There was a lot of things that happened during the course of the game that we can be much better with, especially with rebounding the basketball. And then, of course, with Jones taking over down on the block, we have to be better with what we do, and we will be. So there's a lot of things that we will learn from and take from and get back to the drawing board and work.
I know you'll need to look at film to kind of fully assess it, but what do you kind of have an early diagnosis for in terms of the rebounding?
I think you just got to box out. It's a process to it. It's not just say box out and it happens. It's a huge process. When that ball goes up, you got to put a body on somebody. It's flesh to flesh. And you got to know that Jones is pretty tough on the glass. You know, sometimes you got to go and double that and get it off the glass. So if you see your big is getting off the glass, now the guards, you guys got to go in and help. So we're a team that has to gain rebound. And as you all know, we're all not healthy yet. We're not as healthy as we can be, but we will have Isabel Harrison coming back. We will have Camilla coming back. So that helps a lot for us on the glass.
Stephen, and then Carly.
Hey, Coach. I was curious about the tandem off the bench of Kennedy Carter and Lindsay Allen, just the spark that they bring, and what's just your general assessment of what they've brought to everything you're building?
They play incredible. The energy they bring, the defensive intensity that they have. As you can tell, Kennedy, doesn't matter who she's guarding. She's pretty good at anticipating steals, and she got the crowd involved and pushing in transition. That's the kind of basketball we want to play with that type of speed and pace. She did a heck of a job while being in there. It's unfortunate that, 6 fouls, and with her being on the bench, it took a lot of our foul power coming off the bench.
And then my last one for you, just kind of looking at the second half as a whole. Looking at your offense specifically, did you feel like it was just the fact that you all were taking the ball at the net a little bit more and going against a set defense, or do you just feel like it was like maybe a little bit more execution?
No, we just didn't execute. We didn't execute well at all. Looked like we kind of got mixed up on some things that we were trying to do, not in the right positions. And as we grow, these are things that I know will possibly happen, and we have to grow from that because it's in any game that you play, it's all about the details, and we have to be sharper with all the details.
Hey, Coach, just hearing what Angel and Marina said about Marina's offensive leadership, what have you seen out of her offensively, but also her defensive intensity that she was able to bring? It looks like she was causing multiple jump balls, poking balls away. What growth have you seen out of her from start of training camp?
Well, I've asked a lot of Marina. I've asked a lot of her to be a leader. Everyone in here knows how she can score the basketball, but it's all about getting defensive stops. I asked her to be a hell of a defender, and she's doing that. She takes that challenge. She's fiery. She's a competitor. Every one of them on this team, they're great competitors, and they're following Marina's lead.
Also, your first home game, just seeing a jam-packed Wintrust that got very loud for almost every play. What do you just have to say about the energy that the fans were able to bring today?
Truly appreciate everyone that came into this arena to help and support us. It was electric. If you want to use the word, that's what it was. It was electric. And I guess I'm feeling that unfortunate piece of not walking away with the win.
Hey, Coach, congrats on obviously your first game in Chicago officially. I was wondering for you, obviously you've talked about it before, this team being a family, this team just feeding off of each other and continuing to grow and learn from each other. Obviously, Kennedy Carter being one of them off the bench, talking about being a spark, but also Marina's game as well. How important has it been for you for them to mesh this well early together and as they can continue to grow?
Well, that's a piece of the game we work on. We don't just go out there and just play. We go to work and find chemistry, because it's going to be so important of how well we play together as we move forward in this league. But it's something we work on immediately. That's probably the most important thing when you step into a camp, is to gain some chemistry, understand what each person does and how well they do it and what the role is. So that's big for us to gain it, but there's a whole lot more that we have to do.
Teresa, I was curious what your vantage point kind of view was on the flagrant two. Did you see kind of how she got her across the neck at first? Did you have to see that on the replay, and just what were your thoughts on that?
I never saw the replay. I never got a chance to see it. I just heard what Angel said, and I figured something was going to come back. I didn't know what was going to come back, but like Angel said, she's competing against some of the best. Our entire team's competing against some of the best. That's a great basketball team over there. They execute well down the stretch. They turn their defensive intensity up a lot on us in the second half as well. It's just something we can learn from to play a great team like this so very close at our home.
But when she told you what happened, you figured there might be
might be something. No, I didn't think that. I just thought something was coming. Ejection never came to my mind.
What do these late game scenarios teach you as far as a coach and how to manage this team moving forward and how to overcome kind of these late game moments?
Well, if you all could see the locker room, you can see just how competitive our team is and how a loss really affects them. So it's important for us to make sure that they're okay before we step back into the gym, knowing that these things happen. We got to go back and we got to correct them. And for me as a coach, there's a lot of learning lessons for me as well. And I told them, and I tell them always, I'll look at me before I look at you.
Teresa, when you see Angel talk about getting knocked down and kind of welcoming that uncomfortable part of this game as a rookie, how important is that to you? How impressive is that to you? And what's it like to coach that?
That's who she is. She loves this game, and she takes on every challenge that I put before her. Everyone calls her a rookie. Yeah, we know that she's a rookie, but she's a player. She wants to compete. She knows she wants to compete against the best. And when you're competing against those who've been here, know how good they are, all it's going to do is help you to grow. It grows your game mentally. It grows your game physically. It grows your game of what you must do to be better offensively, what you must do to be better defensively. And from there, you grow. And that's what she's all about. She wants it. She loves it. She enjoys it, just like every other player on this team. I have some great competitors. So I'll say it again. I'll say it always. And I'm pretty lucky to have the team that I have. And all we're going to do is get better. Thank you, Coach. Thank you all so much.